Good morning and welcome to the 2021 Australian Under-15 and Youth Championships. This is session 8, which is the men's 81 kilogram bodyweight category. I'm your host, Linda Eads, currently in Sydney, New South Wales. This weekend, we were meant to be in Hobart having our first face-to-face national competition in over a year, but COVID put a stop to that. So rather than let the pandemic get the better of us, we've decided to make the most of the current situation and utilise technology to its fullest so that we can ensure these young lifters get an opportunity to display their skill and strength on the platform. These athletes have maintained their training programs to peak for this event, and they'll now compete for the title of Australian champion. Let me introduce them to you now. From Western Australia, Jared Poole. From Queensland, Joshua Reynolds. From Victoria, Dexter Todd. From New South Wales, Ben Stockman. Also from New South Wales, Max McGavin. And also from New South Wales, Jose Corcio. And Western Australian, Benjamin Lacunza Watson. And Stephanos and Benjamin competing in the under-15 and all of our lifters competing in the youth. Our technical officials for this session include referee Mark Brown, referee James Mildren, referee Damon Kelly. Our timekeeper and marshal is Ian Moyer. Jury president Pedro Sanchez, jury member Robert Gotts, and jury member Coral Quinnell. We will be communicating with our coaches via a digital attempt card, which will allow them to enter weight changes so the competition can run as it would as if we were all lifting together in one location. We've also laid out some ground rules for our athletes, coaches and officials. We've done our best to simulate the elements of an in-person competition and entering weight changes from coaches as they come in. The order of lifting will proceed as if the athletes were sharing the platform. As always, each athlete will have 3 attempts at snatch and 3 attempts at clean and jerk. There will be a 10-minute break between the 2 portions of the competition. And the best lift of each of those will be added together for the individual athletes to provide their total for the competition. So with no further ado, we will commence the men's 81 kilo bodyweight category. And our first lifter with a requested weight of 26 kilos on the bar from Queensland is Stephanos Karaniklas.
Yeah, good turn.
Down.
Unfortunately, no lift there for Stephanos on his opening attempt. Just a bit of a press there with the elbows. So we'll see the 3-minute clock applied and 26 kilos remaining on the bar. And Stephanos will have the opportunity to reassess that and come back to attempt that weight again. So to qualify for to compete at this competition, our under-15 lifters required a total during the qualifying period, and our under-17 or youth lifters were required to meet a particular total through the AWF grading system. And that grading system specifies for each body weight and age group and or competition what the requirements are. So the 3-minute clock being applied at the moment in this online style competition. So no stopping the clock for consecutive lifts. So that extra minute is applied to allow for loading. So the current call is on Queensland Karen Nicholas, his second attempt, and the bar is loaded to 26 kilos.
Breath at the bottom, set tight, drop under at the top.
Straight.
Come on, drop. Down.
Down.
Unfortunately, no lift there for Stefanos. So we'll see the 3-minute time clock applied again because he's taking consecutive lifts, and 26 is the weight that stays on the bar. Jared Poole to follow. So a lot of coaches very excited at the moment because of the online change portal, which allows for a digital attempt card. So rather than using the normal physical marshal table in the warm-up area where the coaches come up and change the requested weight on the athlete card, they have the facility to do that this weekend via a digital device. I'm sure most of them are either on a phone or a tablet, and they can be anywhere in the facility and be able to request a change for their athlete. And just while we're counting down for the third attempt of Stefanos from Queensland, we have had a weight change. So Jared has gone up. So Ben. So this is the second session here this morning. We have 4 more sessions today, and our next session is at 12:30, the women's 71 and 76 kilo bodyweight categories. Following that session at 3 o'clock will be the men's 89. And here's Stefanos for his third attempt.
Come on, mate. Come on. Tight. Float. Come on. Down.
Down.
And unfortunately, alrighty, it now moves to a 70 kilo weight on the bar, and it is for the first attempt of New South Wales lifter Ben Stockham.
Come on, man. Make sure everything's down, sitting on. Big pull, keep it close, Ben. Come on. You got this, man. Let's go. Come on, Ben. Sit. Wait. Stand up. Wait.
Down.
Good job, mate.
And a good lift for Ben on his opener there of 70 kilos. We now go to New South Wales lifter Jose Corcio for his first attempt, also on 70 kilos.
Okay. Let's go, mate. Come on. Last rep. That's aggressive. Feet. Wait. Yep. Stand up. Wait. Wait.
Down.
Good job, mate.
And a good lift for Jose there on 70 kilos with his opener as well. So we'll stay with New South Wales lifters and it'll go back to Ben for his second attempt. So 71 kilos on the bar. So the automatic increment there, I'm sure we'll see a change come through. So Ben is taking more. So it will now go to Jose. I'm sure he will also take more as well. So currently the call is with Jose, and 3 minutes on the clock, and 71 kilos is the requested weight. So Jose is taking more too. So 73 kilos will be the weight on the bar, and it will stay with the same lifter. So we'll keep that 3-minute clock counting down. And I can see by the look of that is that 74 kilos is loaded on the bar. So I'm assuming we'll see another change. Yep, there it is for Jose has come through. So we will now go back to Ben Stockheim from New South Wales for his second attempt. We'll put 1 minute on the clock for Ben. And away we go.
Come on, Ben. Same again, mate. Big pull and close. Tight catch. Come on. Come on, come on. Wait.
Down.
There you go.
And a good lift there for Ben on his second attempt, 74 kilos. We stay with 74 on the bar, and it is the second attempt of New South Wales lifter Jose Corcio. Jared Poole, please prepare.
Let's go. Come on. Rest in, Brad. Let's That's it. Come on. Wait.
Down.
Good job, mate.
And a good lift for Jose on 74. We now move to the first attempt of Western Australian lifter Jared Poole. 75 kilos requested on the bar.
Down.
And a good lift there for Jared for his opening attempt on 75 kilos. We now move back to New South Wales lifter Stockholm for his third attempt. 75 kilos requested on the bar. Ben taking more. So we will now go to Jose from New South Wales. Jose also taking more. We now come back to Jared Poole from Western Australia. And it will be his second attempt.
Replay change.
So Jared also taking more. So Jose also taking more. So we just 77 is Jose's requested weight. So it will go to Ben Stockheim from New South Wales for his third attempt. 1 minute on the clock.
All right, all yours, Ben. Come on. Really good, mate. Same again. Come on. Nice big pull. Stay with it. Come on. Come on, Ben.
And a good lift for Ben on 77, finishing with 3 from 3 this morning. And we now go to Jose Corcio for his third attempt, also on 77 kilos. Joshua Reynolds, please prepare.
Come on, best rep. Aggressive and fast. Come on. Show what you got, mate. Come on.
And unfortunately, no lift there for Jose, so finishing off with a best of 74 kilos. We now move to Queensland lifter Joshua Reynolds with his first attempt, and requested weight is 78 kilos. Benjamin Lacunza Watson, please prepare. So the call is now with Benjamin Lacunza Watson in Western Australia. 80 kilos is the weight requested on the bar, and it is his first attempt. So the call currently with the West Australian lifter, Benjamin, first attempt. Down. And a good lift for Benjamin
Down.
on 80 kilos.
Down.
We move Australian Paul for his second attempt. The bar also requested at 80 kilos.
Alright, halfway. Well done, guys. TV's, mate. You go.
Down. Down.
And a good lift for Jared's second attempt there on 80 kilos. We now stay with West Australia and we go to Benjamin Lacunza Watson with 81 kilos for his second attempt. So Benjamin taking more and Jared also taking more. So we move to an 83 kilo bar and it will be the first attempt of Queensland lifter Joshua Reynolds.
Come on. Good start, bud. Come on. I'll give you your down. Come on. Ah.
Unfortunately, no lift there for Josh on his opener. So the bar will stay at 83 kilos and it will be the second attempt for Josh and he'll have a 3-minute clock counting down.
You got that. You got that. Been here, done that. No need for that.
So Josh, one of our youth or under 17 lifters.
Yeah, I'm going to get hard.
So the way the age categories work at the younger end of the age spectrum is that you are considered an under 15 up until the year in which you turn 15. So if you're 15, you're under 15. And if you're 17 this year, then you are considered to be 17 or under. And so the under 17 category applies. There are also junior categories, so under 20 and then under 23. And then after that, we are in our senior age groups. And you're never too old to lift or start lifting. So from 35, you can lift as a master's lifter. And that actually works from the year that you turn 35, you are considered a master's lifter. So plenty of time still on the clock for Joshua Reynolds in Queensland. The camera just doing some interesting focus work there.
Focus on now.
Come on, Josh.
Pull it back, squeeze it up, fight.
Come on, bud.
Let's go. Come on.
Get it!
Fire it up. Come on.
Stay tight through.
Squeeze.
Got it!
Down.
And a good lift there for Joshua on his second attempt. So we stay with 83 kilos on the bar and we move to West Australian lifter Jared Poole.
Put him at the 85 and see if make.
So Jared are going up. So we will come back to Josh Reynolds for his third attempt.
I'll just lift it out of the way now.
Max McGavin, please prepare. So the call is currently now back with Josh Reynolds from Queensland. Okay, Josh taking more. We will go to McGavin from New South Wales for his first attempt. 1 minute on the clock for Max. Down. And that was a good lift for Max on his opener at 85 kilos. The weight stays on as 85 kilos, and we move to Western Australian lifter Benjamin Lacunza Watson. Jared Poole, you'll be the lifter to follow. Unfortunately, no lift there for Benjamin. So the bar will stay at 85 and it will move to West Australian lifter Jared Poole for his third attempt. Joshua Reynolds, you'll be the lifter to follow. And unfortunately, no lift there for Jared. Just not quite getting through the pool there. So he did finish with 5 stays on the bar, and it is for no, Josh is taking more and Max is also taking more. So it will go to Benjamin Lacunza Watson from Western Australia for his third attempt and 85 on the bar. Josh Reynolds, you'll be the lifter to follow. And gentlemen, I'll be giving you the down signal for the remainder of the snatch section. Okay, we have had a message through from WA. And so we will now move back to Josh Reynolds from Queensland, 86 kilos on the bar for his third attempt.
Come on, buddy.
This is it.
Stretch it tall. Keep tight through your back.
You've done this time and time. Big stretch.
Come on.
Like the power. Come on.
Strong legs. Come on, Josh. Come on.
Squeeze.
Hold. Wait. Wait.
Hold it.
Get it.
Wait.
Down.
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 Yes.
And a good lift there for Josh on 86. That was certainly the best of the three. And we now move to our final lifter yet to start the competition. So Victorian lifter Dexter Todd for his opening attempt with 90 kilos on the bar. And it sounds like
Down.
and a good lift there for Dexter on his opening attempt at 90 kilos. The bar stays at 90 kilos and it goes to New South Wales lifter Max McGavin for his second attempt. Unfortunately, no lift there for Max at 90. At 90, and we'll see 3 minutes on the clock for Max. So we'll just reset that clock for 3 minutes. And 90 kilos is the call for the third attempt of Max McGavin. Dexter, you'll be the lifter to follow. So the digital attempt card, which the coaches are using this morning, allows them to enter changes. Okay, and those changes come through and all of the coaches can see what all of the other coaches are changing to, just a physical martial table. Coaches are still required during the athletes' 2 minutes to make at least a declaration during the first 30 seconds. And that could be either declaring the automatic increment or declaring a change. They then have the facility to make 2 more changes following that. So max lifting is in the under 17 or youth portion of the competition. All of our lifters currently on the board in the under 17 portion of the competition. The call is with Max McGavin from New South Wales, third attempt. And unfortunately not there today for Max. He was successful with his opener of 85. And we now go back to our Victorian for his second attempt.
Down.
And a good lift there for Dexter on 95 for his second attempt. So the automatic increment will be applied. So 96 kilos on the bar and Dexter's going up. So we'll see 100 kilos loaded on that bar for the third attempt of Dexter Todd from Victoria. Following Dexter's lift, there will be a 10-minute break, as is normal, between the snatch and the clean and jerk. It allows the athletes to warm up. It also gives technical and officials and coaches a break as well. Looks like that bar's loaded there for Dexter. Plenty of time still on his clock. As the online version of the competition, we are not stopping the clock for consecutive lifts, but just adding an extra minute to the 2-minute clock. So Dexter currently in the lead in the youth portion of the competition. Followed by Josh Reynolds and then Max McGavin. Following this session this morning. We have our next session commencing at 12:30, which is the women's 71 and 76 kilo categories. It's one of our largest sessions in the competition this weekend. Eight lifters in the 71 kilo. All right, here comes Dexter, third attempt.
Down. Down.
And a good lift for Dexter on 100 kilos. So with that, we finish the snatch portion of the competition, and we will have a 10-minute break, and we will see you back very, very shortly. Stay tuned.
You and Google and Microsoft and Elon Musk.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the 2021 Under 15 and Youth Australian Championships. We're underway with session 8, which is the men's 81 kilo bodyweight category. And we're almost ready to start the clean and jerk portion of the competition. We have just had a 10-minute break from the snatch, allowing the athletes to warm up for their clean and jerk. And our first athlete this morning in this second section is West Australian lifter Jared Poole, 80 kilos required on the bar, 1 minute on the clock.
Down.
And a good lift for Jared on his opening attempt there at 80 kilos. We'll see the automatic increment applied, so 81 kilos requested on the bar. Jose Corcio from New South Wales, please prepare. So all of our lifters in this session competing in the youth part of the competition. 2 lifters entered in the under 15 portion of the, and that was Benjamin. And we have had a change of weight for Jared, moving up to 90 kilos. So that now brings New South Wales lifter to the platform. 90 kilos is the weight requested on the bar. So it is for Jose Corcio first attempt.
Down.
And a good lift for Jose on his opener there, looking very strong. Jared Poole for his second attempt, 1 minute on the clock.
Down.
And that's a good lift by majority for Jared on his second attempt. And we now move back to New South Wales lifter. Okay, so Jose's taking more. So we'll stay with Jared Poole in West Australia, and he'll have 3 minutes, and the automatic increment is 91 kilos. Ben Stockheim, please prepare. You'll be the lifter to follow. Okay, Jared, taking it now to the first attempt of New South Wales lifter Ben Stockheim. 1 minute on the clock.
Down.
And a good lift there for Ben on his opener at 95. We now go to the second attempt of New South Wales lifter Jose Corcio. 95 kilos also requested on the bar. Jared Poole, please prepare.
Down.
And a good lift for Jose on his second attempt at 95. We now move to New South Wales lifter Ben Stockheim, 96 kilos, although I'm sure we will see a change come through for Ben. So Ben moving up. So we now go back to Jose for his third attempt. I'm sure we will see a change come through for Jose as well. And we have indeed. So we now move to Joshua Reynolds, Queensland lifter, for his first attempt, and the call is 98 kilos on the bar. So Josh Reynolds from Queensland. And Josh also taking more. The call is still with Josh, 100 kilos on the bar. The current call is Queensland lifter, Joshua Reynolds. Okay, Josh taking more. We now move to the Western Australian lifter, Benjamin Lacunza Watson, for his opening attempt.
Down.
And a good lift for Benjamin for his opener there. So the bar stays 100 kilos and it moves to New South Wales lifter Ben Stockheim for his second attempt. Jared Poole, you'll be the lifter to follow.
Down.
And a good lift for Ben on 100. We stay with 100 kilos on the bar and we go to Western Australian lifter Jared Poole for his third attempt.
Down.
And that was a good lift by majority for Jared on 100 kilos for his third attempt. So we now go to the third attempt of Jose Corcio from New South Wales with 100 still the weight requested on the bar.
Down.
And a good lift for that. 3 from 3 in the clean and jerk. Just before I move on, I will announce that Benjamin Lacunza Watson from West Australia has withdrawn from the competition, not electing to take his second or third clean and jerk now that he has a total. So we move to the Queensland lifter Joshua Reynolds for his opening attempt on 103 kilos.
Clock started. All yours.
Right, let's go.
Come on! We've got it!
Go, come on.
Come on!
Take it on.
Stand up.
All right, reset.
Unfortunately, just losing control in the bottom there, so no lift for Josh Reynolds. So the bar stays at 103 kilos, and it is still with Josh Reynolds from Queensland, second attempt. We've got a 3-minute clock counting. And Joshua hoping to move into the lead once he's secured a clean and jerk. Ben Stockheim, you'll be the lifter to follow. So our two lifters competing in the under 15 portion of the competition have concluded their competition. Unfortunately, Stephanos not able to secure a snatch, and in weightlifting you are required to achieve one of each of the lifts, and so you are required to achieve at least one snatch to be eligible to move into the clean and jerk competition. And our other under 15 lifter, Benjamin, securing a total, and so taking out the gold medal for the under 15 section today in the men's 81.
Oh, Josh.
And here's Josh Reynolds, second attempt, 103.
Go! Come on! Come on! Got it!
Four. Drive it.
Up.
Big punch.
Breath.
Got it!
Hold it. Hold it.
Wait.
Oh.
Down.
Down.
And unfortunately, that's a no lift by majority.
Ah, it's all right. Give yourself a minute.
So 103 stays on the bar, and it will be with Josh Reynolds for his third attempt. Ben Stockheim, please prepare. You'll be the lifter to follow. Ben's taking, no, my apologies. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Final lift.
So
3 notes. 3 minutes.
3 minutes on the clock for Josh.
We got 3 minutes.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Stacks of time, mate. Stacks of time.
So currently in the youth portion of the competition, we have Benjamin Lacunza-Watson in first place, followed by Jared Poole. They both have the same total, but Benjamin achieved that total before Jared. And we then have Ben Stockheim from New South Wales. Still two lifters yet to start their competition. So Dexter and Max yet to attempt a clean and jerk. So the current call is with Queensland lifter Josh Reynolds. For those of you watching at home, can give some big cheers out for Joshua. He needs to make this lift. So plenty of time still on the clock. Ben from New South Wales, you'll be the follow. Our next session due to start at 12:30.
Let's go.
Come on, bud.
Here's Josh for his third attempt.
Focus now. Come on.
Let's go. Here it is.
Set it up. Good clean. Come on, Josh.
Come on.
Focus.
Good.
Up.
There we go.
Set. Come on.
Big punch. Hold it.
Hold.
Oh.
Wait.
Down.
Down. Good.
And I'm sure that is much relief. He to first place there in the youth portion of the competition. So we now go back to New South Wales lifter, 104 kilos requested on the bar, and it is Ben Stockholm. 1 minute on the clock.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Is it? Oh, I wanted that one time. We'll get there. Hey, I've got to help.
And unfortunately, no lift there for Ben. Just not quite able to secure that overhead, but he finished with a best of 100. We now move to Victorian lifter, required 110 on, and he is moving up. So we now move to Max McGavin for his opening attempt of 110 and 1 minute on the clock for Max.
Down.
And a good lift there for Max on his opener at 110. We'll see 111 loaded on the bar, and it will stay with the same lifter. So we'll just reflect the first good attempt for on 110. So not sure if that's just a bit of a lag in the system. So we're just waiting for Max's first attempt to show as a good lift. And Max is going up for his second attempt. We're still not seeing that first attempt show as a good lift though. So the call is for the second attempt of Max McGavin, 112. Dexter Todd, please prepare. Is now updated. And current call is for the second attempt of Max McGavin on 112. So with that lift, Max moved into first place in the youth portion of the competition. So one more lifter yet to commence their clean and jerk portion of the competition. Otherwise, everybody else on the board there. So the coach making full use of recovering time for Max. So Max taking more weight. So we now change lifters and we go to Dexter Todd. And the required weight on the bar for Dexter is 115. So Max taking more weight. So that changes the order of lifting. So first attempt for Victorian lifter Dexter Todd.
Down.
And a good opening attempt Dexter on 1:15. We'll just stop the competition. Okay, so 1:18 to be loaded onto the bar for McGavin from New South Wales, and 1 minute on the clock. So second attempt. Just spotlight Max.
Down.
Down. And a good lift there for Max on 1:18. And the call stays with Max and the automatic increment is applied. So 1:19 on the bar. Dexter Todd, please prepare. So 3 minutes and counting for Max. So declaration of the automatic increment has come through for Max. And we've got our final two lifters here. Final two lifters here in session 8, which is the men's 81 bodyweight category. So currently Dexter Todd from Victoria in the lead.
Are they supposed to be loading 119 or 118? What I see on the bar, I think, is 118.
There are 2.5.
$120 required on the bar and 1 minute on the clock. And unfortunately, just a little bit too much there for Dexter. So no lift, and we'll see 120 stay on the bar and it will be with the same lifter, 3 minutes on the clock, and it will be the third clean and jerk attempt. So currently we are applying a 1 extra minute to a 2-minute clock. So lifters taking consecutive lifts normally get a 2-minute clock. And in this online format, we are adding an extra minute to that to allow for loading time rather than stopping and starting the clock. Normally in a face-to-face competition, as soon as those loaders step onto the platform, the clock stops and it doesn't recommence until they leave the platform. But in this format, we are not running with that structure. Coaches had still to make a declaration in the first 30 seconds of the normal 2-minute clock, which we're in now for Dexter. That then would allow them to make other changes, 2 more changes following that. So plenty of time still on the clock. Victorian lifter Dexter Todd taking the opportunity to recover So we have 2 remaining lifts in this men's 81 session here. Our next session will start at around 12:30. So call currently with Victorian lifter Dexter Todd. And here comes Dexter, third attempt. And just not able to get up out from underneath that clean, but he gave it a good effort. But still a no lift there for Dexter. So we go back to our final lifter here this morning, Max McGavin from New South Wales, and we have 1:23 on the
Down.
And a good lift there for Max on 1:23 to finish off the competition. And that is Mum and Dad jumping into the screen there to congratulate Max and finishing off with a best of 2:08. So while we see the absolute joy taking place on the screen there through the places with you. So in the under 15 portion of the competition, 2 lifters. Unfortunately, Stefanos not able to secure a snatch, so not placing in the session. And the gold medal, therefore, goes to West Australian lifter with a total of 180 kilos, Benjamin Lacunza Watson. So well done, gentlemen. And then in the under 17 or the youth portion of the competition, all of our lifters competing in that session. And so we have in the bronze medal position with a total of 189 kilos from Queensland, Joshua Reynolds.
Hey!
Well done. And in silver medal position with 108 kilos, New South Wales lifter Max McGavin. And Max still lying on the floor there. Give us a thumbs up, Max. Excellent, well done. And in the gold medal position with a total of 215 kilos is Victorian lifter Dexter Todd. Well done, gentlemen. An awesome session to watch today. I hope you, if you're watching at home, that you have enjoyed the competition. And we will see you very shortly at 12:30 with the women's session. It is the women's 71 kilo and 76 kilo bodyweight categories. Thanks for watching.
Love you.